In this video, we'll be going over 5 evergreen ideas from the book Learning to Fly, Life Lessons for the Youth by Dr. Abdul Kalam. Let's dive in. Hey friends, welcome back to Thursday Takeaways, a new series where I will dissect books and other sources of wisdom for you to apply in your daily life. Now, today we are discussing Learning to Fly, Life Lessons for the Youth by Dr. Abdul Kalam. So before I dive into the book, I just want to share who is Abdul Kalam and why are we discussing him. So Abdul Kalam is an Indian aerospace engineer. He is also the 11th president of India. He has worked into launching the first satellite mission of India. He has worked with the Defense Research Organization to launch various ballistic missiles and various nuclear missiles for India. I can go on and on about his achievement, but you get the point. He has done the work that we aim of doing. With that said, let's move on to the first evergreen idea, which is take big challenges. So this book is almost like a call for greatness. So this is a compilation of various talks given by Abdul Kalam, and in each and every talk he goes on to say the various problems the world is facing and how different smart people are trying to solve it. And then he moves on to say the scope of improvement and how we, the ignited minds of the youth, can apply our ability to solve these problems. And this book has put a reminder on me to dedicate my life towards solving problems, and it has almost changed the way I think about life. So before I used to think that you go into college, you start earning money and then you retire, whereas this book has forced me to think of life as a series of experiments where I try to solve different problems. A good example of this could be Elon Musk, right? So when he was in his college, he decided that he wanted to solve 3 problems, which was online transactions, electric cars, and making life multiplanetary. And guess what PayPal, Tesla and SpaceX are doing today. So this was the basic genesis of the first idea. So yeah, this is what the book has inspired me to do, to think of problems that your neighborhood is facing, think of problems that the whole world is facing in some sense, and build softwares, build solutions to solve those problems. So moving on to the second idea, which is be thirsty for knowledge. So Abdul Kalam says that when he was 17, he had one great passion: to hunt down great books and people to learn from. And this is the trait I have seen in a lot of successful people, where they either read great books or they consume really great content. And this is not just to say that I read X amounts of books in a year, or I read this novel or that novel. This is to ask yourself that whatever that you read, whatever that you consume, how can you apply this into your real life? How can you take those ideas and principles to apply in your real life? And this is what I'm trying to do with this video, right? I'm reading a book and I'm asking myself, how can I apply this into my real life? And then I'm trying to share of how maybe you can apply this into your real life. So yeah, read great books, watch great documentaries, consume good content. And in fact, he also recommends 5 books. I have linked down in the description, you can check that out. So the third idea is innovate the future. And Virginia Woolf once said that the future is dark, and that's the best thing about it. So Abdul Kalam reminds us to take big challenges, solve problems for humanity using science and technology. And we often think that technology improves itself, that every year we see newer iPhones, every year we see better laptops, and we see that and we think that technology often improves itself, whereas in reality there are people working really hard to improve this technology. That's what we want to do. We don't want to sit idle and think that someone is going to solve this problem for me. We have to go out and solve this problem ourselves. As Abdul Kalam says, what works yesterday will not work today. So anytime you see a problem, go ahead and try to solve it. Be that leader and be that problem solver in your neighborhood, in your city, in this world. Take big challenges, and as one quote said, the safest thing about the future is that you can innovate it. So the fourth idea is have a good environment to grow up in. Other common themes among Abdul Kalam's speeches was to have a good family and environment to grow up in. Now this is to say that he's not talking about the environment as in the nature around us, although that's important. He's talking about the family environment that you grow up in. And he says that if you really want to do great things, everything has to start from your own family. If people are supportive in your family, if people support you, if people are happy in your family, then only you can go out and solve other problems in the world. So he says that to put your attention towards your friends and family, to reach out to them, to be a collective member of the society, and that is the only way you are going to be happy, which will set you up to do impossible tasks. So the fifth and the last idea is to be a leader. In the end of almost every speech, he asks us to rise above and to be a leader. Now for me, leadership is not having a chip on your shoulder which says that I'm better than everyone else. Leadership is about solving problems. It's about taking charge, taking responsibility, and solving problems which arise. And in fact, I just want to read you a quote from the book Courageous Calling, which I'm currently reading. So the quote goes by, let us not wait for other people to come to us and call upon us to do great things. Let us instead be the first to summon the rest to the path of honor. Show yourself to be the bravest of all the captains. with more of a right to leadership than those who are the leaders at present. Xenophon. This is the idea of leadership, is to rise above, is to first manage yourself and then eventually gain the skills to manage other people, and to rise above, to do things that no one else is willing to do, and to take extreme ownership of your actions. So yeah, this was it. This was all the evergreen ideas from Learning to Fly, life lessons for the youth. Now, I don't want these videos to be just videos. I don't want you to see the video and to move on to the next video. It would mean the world to me if you can just take some time and think about how you can apply these principles into your real life. And to make this process easier, I have included a Notion template and a Google Doc, which will help you to apply these principles in your real life. And yeah, so that was it. This was my first time doing this, so I know this is probably the worst thing you are ever going to watch, but I promise it's going to improve. Every episode I'll try to be better. And if you have any suggestions, let me know. Until then, stay ambitious, stay curious, and stay weird. Bye bye.